We just left the Chennai airport and landed in Madurai. We'll be here for the next 5 days. It was a pretty short flight. It was only 1 hour. If we had taken ground transportation, it would have been about 10 hours. So it was completely worth it going through the airport. Everything has been pretty seamless with us. And I'm looking forward to this next leg of the trip.
It's a local sweet drink.
So many spices. It's a natural food, not the chemicals.
Welcome to Madurai, fondly known as Temple City. Our temple visit for today is the grand Meenakshi temple for Mula Nakshatra. This is one of the most awesome temples in ancient Madurai, with 4 9-story gopurams, a 7-story gopuram, 5 stories, 2 3 stories, and 2 1-story gold-gilded sanctum towers. The complex is massive inside, and I wish I could show you the spectacular views, but filming isn't allowed here, as it is also with a lot of these popular temples. Meenakshi is the queen of ancient Madurai, later deified into a patron goddess as a form of Parvati married to Shiva. This fish-eyed goddess is absolutely beautiful, and this is a must-see temple visit in the city Madurai. So I just got back from the most spectacular temple that I've been to probably on this whole Nakshatra's trip. This temple is like absolutely phenomenal. It has over 4,000 pillars that have carvings in them. All the deities are really beautiful. I got to see the goddess, and Meenakshi was depicted as being married to Shiva, and Vishnu was giving her away. So we had this etching in stone of him giving Meenakshi to Shiva for their marriage, and you can see that the bliss on their faces, and it was just a very magical thing to see. But one of my favorite parts about this temple was being able to see an elephant. And this whole trip I've been in India for over 5 weeks now, and I really wanted to see an elephant in its natural state. I don't know, my soul has been wanting to experience like interacting with an elephant and being close with it and just marveling at this old creature. I mean, they're so old and so wise, and they're majestic in their own right. But we gave him some money. It took it with its trunk, and then it put its trunk on the top of our heads. And I was blessed by an elephant today. Seeing the goddess inside was actually a very mystical experience for me, and I want to share a little bit about that too. So I went inside the inner sanctum, and I got the blessing of the arti from the Brahmin who brought over the plate, the offering. Once the arti was over, I looked back just one time, just to take one more look at the goddess, and everything was dark. It was a very unusual experience. I was a bit confused, but then everything was moving so fast since there was a huge line, and it was like just quick. Today also Mercury is conjunct Mars, I think at the exact degree, so they're having a Graha Yuddha, and everything was very rushed, very frantic, very just busy. But in the midst of that, we got the darshan from the goddess, and I was able to give my name and my nakshatra and have the blessing from the priest there. So I thought that was very unusual. I thought maybe they closed the doors, or they blew the lights out quickly, but it was just like the moment was over. It was done. It was like the blessing was done, and it was time to move on. And it was not something that really made a lot of sense to me. I couldn't really have a lot of time to process that. But after leaving, I realized that this was kind of a mystical or magical experience. The lights went out, we're done. So there was still a line of people behind me. We walked around the temple. There were so many different parts of this temple that I really enjoyed. There was a lot to see. There were a lot of places of worship, a lot of statues. It was a very large temple, very, very busy also. So many people coming here to this temple and just paying their respects to the goddess and getting their blessings. My favorite part, or one of my other favorite parts, was going around the Navagraha 9 times and saying my mantras. I also got some diyas to light in front of the Navagraha, but it was really cool as well. The Navagraha were laid out there and they were out in the open and they were very large also. And there was a flower garland around Shani because today is Saturday. So Shani was the highlighted deity of today. Like something is happening and changing inside of my body being at that temple. It was a very magical experience. I think it was one of my favorite ones to visit thus far. I mean, there's been a wide variety of types of temples I've seen. Archaeological temples that are no longer worshiping temples. I've seen small temples and large temples, and I think that this is probably has been my favorite worshiping temple so far on this trip. We're 3 days into this Nakshatra Temple's trip, and I feel like there's a lot more to see. So I'll be able to kind of compare and contrast the energy and the experiences that I have at the upcoming temple trip. So I'm excited for that. And this is just such a special visit today. Om Namah Shivaya. Is this ice cream? Look at this incredible spread. The beauty of the variety of textures and colors is very well done. They even have a puri station. Make your own puri. These golden copper pots are absolutely stunning as well.